Hello again. This is part 3, and I'm trying to save some time because I haven't written anything down, and when I don't write some idea down, I just tend to get lost in ideas from one idea to the next because it's a lot to talk about in a couple of minutes. But I'll try to be brief. Um, So I try to talk about how much of a bullshit all this crap in the program is, and how much is based on lies, and how much literally is based on slander, and is based on trying to basically destroy an individual so much from the inside that you don't trust yourself. You tend to believe you're the most that's why they want you to believe of yourself anyway. So there are some very desperate uh, measures taken to destroy a person, and not just from the inside, also from the outside, because you don't change, but the whole community seems to be in on it, seems to have a vendetta against you, seems to hate you, seems to make you like you are the most disgusting and terrorist person out there, without any proof. So this is basically what Homeland Security does. um, LAPD, not LAPD, local police, state police, they are the dogs who defend their clients. So probably I've been selected out of too much love, you know, by some clients or some private clients. I know who those are basically, or I have a good idea. Um, so it's a program run. It's a hate crime basically. Uh, they are getting paid very well and very much to destroy your life. But back to the point of this. Um, no matter what crap you are going through, no matter how many dark days you might have, you try to keep your focus on yourself, on who you really are, who you know who you are, not on what these losers are trying to make you to be or to believe about yourself. um, I think the biggest um, red flag, and the biggest one of the biggest, I believe, proof that this program is pure crap and pure hate and pure bullshit. And this is another pawn of the satanic system trying to pawn you because you think freely, because you are a threat, because you think for yourself, because you are a threat to the regime, to the slave regimes, to their slave regimes, or future more slave regimes. Uh, is the fact that basically it's a program that attacks the innocent, it attacks women and children, and there are people who are basically, why do I connect this also to this subject, to pedophilia? Because these Rothschilds, these Rockefellers, these elite so-called degenerates who run and who fund this banking system, these bankers, these Jewish bankers, most of them, some of them, like these fake Jews, I don't even know the Zionists are the true Jews or whatever the fuck they are, but I know for sure that George Soros himself, who stepped into Romania in 1989, just right after our president, back then, it was a dictator, but it was mostly a good person. Ceausescu was basically assassinated by the CIA and KGB together. So basically, since then, this country has been sold. Then these people have been sold, and I believe since then, if not since then, everything has been, and this country just has been something like this, only like this. It has been the way and the direction. We are trying, and there are people who are trying and who are fighting, but they are few, and basically it's an export country. uh, they chase real citizens out of here through these programs, or assassinate them, and they cover up, and they sell their own mothers and daughters and sisters to human traffic. It's something completely horrendous, you know. But it's mostly funded by these degenerates, and there had been proofs that secret services here, they don't work for us, they just sell us and attack us. Multitude proofs. um, but leaving this aside, I talked about Vladimir Nabokov's Lolita and how it connects to abuse and to pedophilia, and what does that have to do with targeted individual, and with some of us, with some of these cases. I believe you have to judge that the same program that targets you might be an adult, or I'm 26 almost soon, and I'm targeted for a couple of years now, and I believe I've been targeted before when I didn't even realize it. So I'm mostly an MK Ultra, if I say to think about. They experimented on me all sorts of crap until I supposedly had to lose it at some point, you know. Only I didn't. I've become, and I studied psychology and psychiatry and personality disorders, and it's a problem because if they manage to fuck up through trauma and through mind control, and through trauma, mind control, and all sorts of crap like that, people from my own family, there's a problem. I'm the problem. I'm the anomaly, because I'm not like that and I survived, and they have to take extra measures with me. As you can imagine, I'm the problem, and I love being the problem for these bastards, because I always believe that I've had a strange life and a pretty difficult life, and not only me, that also people from my family, only that I'm no longer sorry for them. They choose their path, they choose to be abusers. It's also a choice, you see. Before God, you have a choice. No matter what crap happens to you or happened to you, you have a choice. You have to make yourself a choice to give yourself to the devil and to keep punching someone, to throw to another person your demons, you know. And that's a choice. And those people who do this, who throw themselves at us this way, who project onto us, onto innocent people, women, children, their crap, they make you a whore, a slut, a loser, ugly. That's all projections. They talk about them. When somebody calls you all those things, they talk about them. This is the way a narcissist actually, or a sociopath, or a cluster B, this is how they manage to deal with themselves. They actually are in a constant fight with themselves, not with you. You know, this is what abusers do. They are cowards. Bullies are cowards. Abusers are cowards. You will never see a strong person or a healthy person. Unfortunately, we are, not that we are a minority, but many people are not targeted, so they do not realize the amount of craziness that happens in this world, that a bunch of gang of sociopaths uses these types of control and remote control technology and abuse technology, and uses tech to torture and to kill women and children and animals however they wish, because they have this technology, or they stole it, or somebody leaked it to these degenerates who should be in prison, and they are a threat to society. You know, they should not be let free to pick any women they like just to torture, to abuse, to harass, because this is the way I've been targeted, you know. These losers have followed me on the street for a long time, and I believe I've been recommended by some other Masonic brotherhood as a target, you know. But they only made it overt, just like some sort of predator would play with his prey, you know, before killing you. They try to make you see that you are going to die, you know. I'm not afraid, you know. No matter what you do to me, no matter what you try to do to me, I'm still 100%. I will give 100%. No matter how many bonds or how many insanity you try to push me or my family. They also put my family on remote control, but whatever. Yes, I was talking about another proof that this program is bullshit, and how it connects to abuse, and how people who have gone through abuse and survived narcissistic abuse and sociopathic abuse or something along that, and you survived and you are an empath like I am, you are a threat to some of them, because you see them, because there is a cloak of sociopaths in the army, in the police now, in entertainment, but most of them, they are in the secret services, they are intel agents who are sociopaths. They are sociopaths who roam free, who are protected. Low-level Masons, high-level Masons, Satanists, you know. I sit here to wonder, have human beings have become a minority? Or something happened? I think it's because I believe they also do these campaigns and they put people to fight between themselves, and they attack people with these types of technology, and they can basically kill and exterminate people. Who knows how many people have had this bullshit happening to them, and they were made to go berserk or to commit crimes or such thing, you know. Terroristic attacks, they like to call them. But the real criminals are those from the intelligence agencies. This is what I believe. And from these corporations and from the high corporations and people who are protected and above the law. Those are those who should and who will be punished at some point. If they won't be punished by us, they will be punished definitely by the divine law. If there is any, they will. Okay, I'm still getting caught up in ideas. So I'm sitting here and I'm going to put one question to you. Do you believe anyone deserves to be abused? Do you believe anyone deserves to be abused? Because this is what these perps and sociopaths, they keep telling themselves always. These people are scum, they deserve it, they somehow make it, they lie to themselves, and they look at you and they say, I don't like her face. She's a brunette, I like blondes, she deserves to be abused, or reverse. I don't like his face, I don't like that thing. Okay, you don't like that thing, and that means we deserve to be slaughtered and killed like a bunch of dogs? Just because you don't like us? Who the fuck do you think you are? You think you are God? You think you have some sort of right to abuse us? Did you make us? Did you give us life to make us? And do you feed us? Do you give us money? Do we owe you something? No. No. It's also the same in the case of someone after one of these degenerates, one of these pedophiles and degenerates who abuse a child, straight after they do it, or among their witnesses or something, you would never see such an individual showing remorse, or even if they were interviewed, they are smirking, they are laughing, there's something severely sick there, you know, and they simply don't show remorse. And even when they are questioned, do you feel sorry? No. Or they find an explanation. That child provoked me. That woman provoked me. You know, that person seduced me or provoked me. How the fuck can a child provoke you? You know? How the fuck, what kind of sins does a child have in order for these degenerates to take him or her and to put they later put you in a targeted individual program in order to slow kill you because you are a threat, because they are afraid you remind yourself stuff. I believe there are many of us who knows, whatever the fuck, whatever unpleasant experiences you might have made you verbally, physically, sexually, and you survived, and later you wake up and you are put in a different nightmare. You are dragged in this gang-stalking crap, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? They trying to re-traumatize you and remind you that happened to you, and we are trying to remind you, re-traumatize you. Or possibly they might not even be. There are people and there are targets who give testimony that their handlers, they remembered their handlers, you know? I can't say I am positive or I remember things, but there is something going on. There's something very sick going on also in my case. I'm not saying everything I know here because I would just give these fuckers a satisfaction, you know? But I'm simply saying there's something wrong, and they're trying to... The fact that they invest so much time and money in a 26 almost soon girl that is trying to make a living and make some money and live a normal life, it's definitely something to question about. And of course somebody who didn't have this amount of crap or abuse or traumas in life, you know, you can't understand. But you gotta understand there are monsters on this world, and when they are finished with one, they're gonna take another child or another woman, and you might be next. I'm not saying this to scare you, but think about it. If you think of targeted individuals, if you think of us as crazy or as deserving of abuse, let them, they are mentally ill, they deserve it. Really, what kind of sins can possibly a 3-year-old child can have so that it's deserving of so much abuse? If one of us now, or after they sinned, or after they committed something illegal, or something that these fuckers who basically handle the matrix, whatever they are, I don't know, they consider it to be sin or a threat or whatever, you know, and they put you in a targeted individual program, and they try to constantly say, you sinned, you are a sinner, you deserve this abuse, you deserve punishment. Just like the Inquisition times when they used to do this to Christians. This is the persecution of people who are innocent. Persecution of Christians, basically. It's even mentioned in the Bible. It's going to happen. So we are not deserving of abuse. You gotta do the opposite. You don't have to accept this is the fake blame. Don't ever accept to be shamed this way. This is a trap to make you feel like a bad person. You are not a bad person. If you committed any sins, you have to apologize to God. The only one that is going to listen is the Lord, and He is omnipotent, and the real omnipotent and the real strong, and the only one you gotta give an explanation to is God above and the divine law, not these fuckers, you know. Never let them shame you. They try to shame me all the time. They do stuff to me, like try to shame me into different various stuff that I do by myself in the bathroom, like take a shower, or they try to come there and try to crowd me there and try to make me, you are a sinner, you are a sinner, you are a sinner. What is this other than very satanic crap? it's their mental illness. That's what I'm trying to say. It's their mental illness. It's their deviance that they are projecting onto you. On this program, they are real deviants, they are real pedophiles, criminals, rapists, the worst of the worst, and they need an innocent person. Why aren't they picking somebody else? Why are only picking people who have souls, people who still have integrity, people who don't wish or do harm to anybody, or even if you've done some harm, if you apologize yourself in front of the Lord and you are honest and you're really sorry about your mistakes, these fuckers should not have any right to keep coming back into your life. You gotta kick them, literally, like this, fuck. Kick them, literally, out of your life and keep untying, I don't know what's the word, because keep asking Jesus Christ and the Lord to spread light and to untie you of any bonds of Satanism. Sometimes we don't choose. I believe I've had people in my own relatives who practice this sort of crap, and you don't know because you are a child, you are a teenager, you don't think that those same types of people are trying to murder you or kill you. No person could ever fathom, not even when it's happening to you. You gotta sit and, whoa, do they really hate you? Yes. Narcissistic cluster Bs and mentally ill, this is mental illness. They literally hate something that you have a soul, you have light. The light is given by God, not by them. These people are very dark and very, very evil inside. Even if they smile, they have very smiley faces. They have very friendly demeanor. They pretend to be saints these days. They pretend to be very friendly and very inviting people, and even say we are nice people. We are trying to help you. Don't trust words, just trust actions and trust your intuition. And when you have doubts about someone, ask the Lord and try to pray and try to meditate and trust only yourself, and I believe yourself and God and the people that really know that they are not going to turn on you or break your heart, because this is just unbelievably, we're living in times that are unbelievably reverse. Literally, this is Satan's era. This is reverse, and I'm just